The U.S. Congress has issued a report on Taiwan's defense issues, highlighting the increasing threat posed by China. The Congressional Research Service report looked at both internal and external challenges, including a rise in regional tensions, domestic political debates over defense spending, and gray zone tactics used by Beijing. The report indicates strong congressional support for Taiwan, but notes potential issues with U.S. arms sales. Currently, a $14 billion arms package approved by Congress is awaiting signature by the Trump administration. For more on this report, our reporter Lery Hiciano spoke with Bryce Barros from the Institute for National Defense and Security Research.
Can you explain a little bit more about what a CRS report is and what function it has?
So as a former Senate National Security Advisor, if there was an issue that my senator asked me to look into, or someone on our team needed to look into related to my portfolio of defense, foreign affairs, national security, whatever, you could reach out to them directly and say, hey, I'm looking to have an answer about statistics related to this. And their whole purpose is to be as nonpartisan as possible. So I really want to emphasize that, right? I mean, given how polarized Congress is right now, and given the sort of like political views that you have on both sides of the aisle in the United States.
The report also included comments from President Trump and from members of his administration about arms sales to Taiwan. What do you think this implies about where Congress stands on the issue versus where the administration stands on the issue?
I wouldn't necessarily say that the comments per se jab at the Trump administration, so I can't speak to exactly what their motivations might be. But what I can say is what it could be is a lack of transparency from the Trump administration. So if CRS used those quotes per se towards that part of the report, my sort of educated guess is there might be a lack of transparency from the Trump administration when members of Congress are seeking oversight, and CRS might only have access to those public comments.
This report is not a policy document. It does not make recommendations. But is there anything moving forward that you're keeping an eye on that might change in light of what this report said?
I think the Trump administration needs to be more willing to share information to Congress. There's a lot of back and forth of trying to figure out what can be done to sort of lessen the gap, the very large gap of arms sales that have already, been approved, done, money transferred and whatnot to deliver arms in a succinct manner. Hung Sao, or rather Secretary of the Navy Hung Sao's comments get to the heart of that. But I get the sense that there might be a desire within Congress to want to continue to come up with ways to push for faster delivery around arms sales and hold large defense primes accountable, as well as parts of the Pentagon and the State Department, specifically the Defense Security Cooperation Agency under the Pentagon, to make those arms deliveries move faster. So I think that's a thing to keep an eye out for based on the report.
That was defense analyst Bryce Barros from INDSR.